Want to
Let's
change your
go!
prediction then? Because we did a predictions before the map draft comes in. We always do it like this. And
Ano?
but now you're feeling
wild card of this composition, I would say. It's something a lot of teams aren't used to practicing against.
Yeah.
So GE, you're trying to run it again, and I'm looking to see what they've changed.
I feel like Talon were fantastic at neutering Darion and minimizing his ability to get picks. So we'll see if they're well drilled enough, DFM.
Well, we're going to find out. They didn't have a great last time on Abyss, but let's see, maybe 3 times a charm. We're going to go to our casters Trobar and Quack to take Abyss away.
That's right, we still have a full best of 3 waiting for us tonight, and maybe this one could go all the way as well. The Des talked about it, but on paper, it really kind of, maybe it depends on the map, maybe the condition of the day, but it could go 50-50.
Yeah, it really does feel like that. I mean, just again, like looking at the map, like Pilsky said, you really can't fully tell, and then this chamber, I'm feeling a little bit iffy. I normally love Darion, but
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all seeing the same patterns, right? The Haven continuously getting banned regardless of the opponent, still leaving this Abyss open despite some of the mishaps. But this time, some consistency carried over, sticking with that chamber composition. And I think we saw some inklings of, okay, this is what the theory is behind it. They just weren't able to get the win. We'll see if it's cleaned up a bit more in just 2 days' time. GE going to be starting on that defense. DFM will be looking to attack in this very first half.
I really gotta hope that, kind of like what Big Time was saying, this wildcard at the chamber really finds its value right now. I mean, it really hinges on some of the shots, especially on the defensive side. You're banking on, you know, the sniping and whatnot, but DFM now on the attack, movements in towards mid.
Yeah, they want to deny any sort of this early position from that chamber.
Jesus.
And didn't have that rendezvous set up, so Darion just nowhere to go. It's just gonna fall.
The second one with the wall bang as well. Oh my god. Now DFM pretty much kind of get free reign across the map. Be slowly a little bit in towards B now. There are still some stars to work against.
There's gonna be some long range from Yudotan, trying to keep them at bay, but he takes so much damage down to 6. You have to give him space for an inkling. What's gonna be a re-clear from Poppy as well, the high low, but Poppy falling, that leaves Yudotan again with just low health.
So maybe not all hope is lost, but still needing to do quite a bit. Yudotan looking to set up a bit of a flank, but straight in towards the smoke. It's just Jinboon taking down Crystal.
And Yudotan already just taking the choice of, hey, I'll get whatever kills I can on the exit. He's gonna run in, see if he can catch anyone off guard. Looks like they heard some noise right there at the end, so they're ready for it. They'll mass themselves away. Yudotan should be falling to the spam. Aren't gonna get a second one for that ultimate towards that Hunter's Fury.
And that's just how quick the cookie crumbles, you know? Round starts instantly. DFM kind of insert themselves in towards mid. Getting that shot against Darion, but at the same time, a secondary wallbang. Just quick off it off the 0 point. Down it towards the side as well, and you know, just being able to find those angles and goals against G.
Yeah, when you get taken out that quickly in the pistol round, right? And especially not having that rendezvous set up, a bit of a mishap on the side of GE. I wonder how much more confidently you're able to push out mid, because you have to. Wherever the chamber is, you have to take these aggressive angles to make sure you punish them for trying to clear that space.
You totally need to set that up, or at least just give yourself some kind of an escape route. But right now, next round straight in towards B. Just everything open up for DFM.
Yeah, just stacking onto A side. GE, they take that choice, and down they go. The Lemmings off the map. And it is a flawless, not by choice.
Not by choice.
Well, I guess somebody's choice, but not DFM's.
Yeah, G's choice to really deny those ult orbs, possibly. And just quickly going next in the next round. So rifles now all picked up all across the regen shield for me.
You know, in the future, I want a team, I want this to be the new meta. All right, on your anti-eco, you go B, but you have someone with the Ares just waiting outside of A main. And once the spike's planted, you just start running into the site and see if you can gun them down before they hit the ground. Just pick up those free ult orbs. You gotta stop this. Stop this nonsense. Anyway, GE now with their own buy. Send out the recon. It does get shot down immediately. So some presence, but not sure of the exact information. Crystal doesn't have a good out right now. Just some smokes to mask his position. It's gonna be the double fake smokes coming up from DFM, and then they look to jump in, but the fault line delays just in time.
Yeah, good time util back there from Kelly's, but right now, I mean, Art still being able to barrel through in towards the site. Sees that backside is clear, so the spike gets planted, but Heaven now a little bit more presence out from GE.
Spike is planted in a way where you have to fight on site. They have to just hold on. They cannot back out. It's not a great angle. So DFM, they'll be sending everything. They know there's one Heaven. They know there's multiple on the backside as well.
Art trying to send some util too, has to be a little bit careful with Crystal right around the corner, but straight into it. May now trusting his aim to hold off against the smoke. First kill goes down, picks up the Phantom. GE not quite able to break through just yet.
So much time already passed, and May still free to just duel back to back to back. He's isolating these fights so well, eventually gets shut down. Poppy and Darian, they open it up, but time not on their side. Akame still holding on to the site, and it has to be a save.
Straight up, just no chance whatsoever. All those smokes and everything cycled through. So much time already spent and burnt, and unfortunate for GE because this bonus goes again to DFM.
Yeah, Jian, sure, he loses out on that weapon, but it was your bonus, so you're pretty happy. You'll still be able to snowball forward. The most important thing is you committed to just staying on that site, fighting for it, and it actually led to a round win. And now, I mean, every time we see May holding that backside, ready for the anti-flash, you got to get scared because we've seen so many highlights from this kid right there in that same exact position once again, leading the charge.
Truly right where he's able to make it happen. Still though, being able to keep some of these guns at least for GE, and able to strike back. There is a bit of a stack towards the B site.
Waiting for that push out. Given the round, they know that there were saves, so they imagine kind of these hero rifles gonna be doubled up and pushing out. Crystal just holding on his own. He cannot land the headshot and eventually gets taken down. Just a little bit of damage against May.
I don't know, even if he did, it's just way too wide of a position to be in, so that is gonna be the open A site now for DFM. Fully on through and in. GE, they might be able to get towards the back side of things, but how do you really launch a retake like this? You're just looking for, maybe some possible kills to start things off.
Yeah, they are going to have that fault line to peek, but look at Art's position. He has no intent on fighting this. They want to catch info and then back out in towards the site. He's going to see it. He's going to back out. There's that fault line, but there's the recon. Jinbung by him as well. It is more than one. So DFM almost baiting them in towards the kills. If Art gets it, great, but if May or anybody else can, it's even better. Art going to continue charging forward. May gets 2 for his name as well.
Now finding all that. Just the last one is going to be Kelly. He's still able to find a couple of shots, so not too bad for GE, but Jin will be able to pick it up at the very end of it all.
13-0 है very smooth at the start so far. DFM surely happy with their map pick in the first couple rounds. Not only identifying the fact that they had some good success on this against RQ, but also the fact that GE still showed some weaknesses. And right now, I mean, they're not even giving GE much time to really regroup and say, okay, what do we adapt from round to round?
Yeah, really not too much. Just given the guns at the same time. But right now, first full buy truly coming up from GE.
The operator for Darian. It has to come down to this, right? You're relying on the chamber being able to hold down these long sight lines. Yotan not able to really dodge the flash, but still trying to hold on to the position.
Sensing the util reinforcement call already made. The Hunter Sphere being sent through. It's an all-in from DFM. Straight off towards the off angle, though. Yudotan not quite able to find too much just yet. Darren up from heaven, picking up the first. Yudotan falling back in towards the smoke just to buy a little bit more time.
Yeah, but now they have so much more room to re-clear, so I love the fast flash, but May is going to get 1 GM there for the cover, and they'll hold on to the back of sight.
Quick with the gravity well as well. Now the cloud burst just to, fend things off a little bit, but Crystal peeks into the shot from Jen. All that's left is Darren has to hold on to the but swaps over to the Headhunter, not quite able to land the shots. May takes him down for the 5-0 on DFM.
Suddenly that round win streak, not sure if it calls for a timeout. Obviously, Econ not quite there, so it is a choice whether you call it now just for tempo or whether you're going to maybe call it on that next buy round if the player still cannot quite figure it out in the server. But I'll be honest, the more I think about it, it's just like, can you, as a player in the server, are you even able to really process what's going on right now? The rounds have been so quick.
Way too much. Maybe needing, pause at some point, but all right, G with the eco just straight up pushes out. But still, G unable to hold back. A bit of a stun, and he's able to find at least one, but Akami trades right back.
Everybody pinged as well. No clearance on the recon. GE surely a timeout after this round, as they're not able to execute their plans to perfection.
क्योंकि जी का पिक नहीं है और जी बहुत 13-3 हारी थी टीएस से इस मैच पे और फिर भी जीत रही थी तो
just full faith that he will win the duels. Can he win the 1v2? Okay, he will eventually drop, but no weapon given over.
यार कोई नहीं, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है.
होता तो जाता.
ये तो बस एक वो है.
Players coming through. It was kind of cleared out by Art as well, so he's able to set up the link outside of vents.
Yeah, and just look at where they have to go, right? Kelly's because of that mid pressure earlier that they weren't able to reclaim that area.
हर टीम
all the way.
हर
Can't
टीम.
wait to see if they're going to
पता है ना जी का सबसे ज़्यादा weakest map है.
Now he's back.
Oh, shot!
One kill, isolating the 1v1. He's right. No, he doesn't quite see. I thought he might be, but looking the wrong way.
Tiny sliver. क्या कर रहे हो भाई आप फुट क्यों दे रहे हो उसको आपकी आवाज आ चुकी है
भाई ये तो नूब वाली हरकत थी
DFM
continue forward. फुट दे के आया उसको लगा लोग लॉन्ग खेल रहे हैं
so much expected of Darian's chamber pick here just given the combination that they
क्या
have
है
right it's either him or Unoton that really needs to go out everyone else just a supporting cast and their last match I mean Darian started to warm up I mean
भाई आज
you got to
फर्स्ट मैप में पापी खेल रहा था
back up but
और सेकंड मैप में क्रिस्टल खेल रहा था मतलब सारे एक साथ नहीं खेल सकते क्या
coming through for Darian not able to start right off at full speed.
Certainly got to wonder what that speaks to the mentality on the GE side for now. So the timeout hopefully allowing them to kind of reset. Because so far, like you mentioned, even with the game plans, the execution just not really quite there. And it's also to the credit of DFM who were able to start things off so quickly, so hot.
I do wonder if there's a consideration here to go for re-clears yourself. Now, looking at the compositions, I mean, yeah, you're much better at setting up and then planting the chamber or the jet somewhere aggressive so they can hold that angle, get the early pick, things like that, especially on defense. But DFM right now is so prepared for those early positions. They're just clearing out A main and then mid immediately every single round, back to back. So if you just wait for their usage to come at first, go for a little bit of a re-clear, and then start to plant your feet. Wonder if that maybe gets you a bit more value. For now, position-wise, Darian going to switch over to the A side. He's going to be that operator. So it looks like they're going to wait for the early tag on the 0 point and then start to creep back in.
There's that creep.
Oh, but there's so much distance to cover. Recon bolt. Yeah, so here you go. Right, you wait for that early util, but he has to get scared and run away. Just too many pre-fire shots coming through.
Yeah, May was kind of holding on to it as well with the blades now. Off to the one and done spot. Drone will suss him out though, so needing to kind of hang back while the rest of the team maybe inching a little bit closer towards B now where Poppy is jiggling.
But when this happens, GE has to have a different plan to push out and gain space elsewhere. Right now, you've just given up A main, and you haven't really gained anything else. B, always going to be a bit of a stalemate. But mid, Unoton jiggle peeking, he has info, but you don't really have any space to control to say, okay, this is the deduction, this is where the opponents are coming from. And GE, now they just have to rely on that first shot.
Yeah, still a really passive plan overall. And hinging on Darian with that first shot once again. He does have Crystal with him though, so maybe a little bit more support, but now with the null command, you don't really have the rendezvous. Straight into the site, so much space afforded to DFM. Crystal though, great opening shot against me.
Unoton has to make a good choice on when he needs to pop out. Crystal's waiting for the call as well. They're just going to try to go for the spam. Just wait for the backup to arrive.
Let's go! Let's go!
Spray from Unoton. He only gets one. The Rolling Thunder not able to fully clear the site just yet. Alchemy eventually getting taken down. He's ready for one more, but there's just too many angles. He gets one. The eventually keeps him tied up, and GE will finally pick up a round.
So just kind of playing it safe, trying to get the read for it and quickly rotating it over. I mean, a little bit more textbook, but also with that fault line keeping them honest. GE able to find a round back into the game.
Yeah, this is a rough one. I mean, because you still get the round win, but you have to invest so much, right? It's double ults, all the util, but you'll take whatever round win you can, and Kelly's once again trying to get everyone on board.
And it was Crystal with the opening shot too, so tiny little details with how they are able to spot, possibly players who are
region shield and spots, but then
it can only work a little bit now. Tour de force with the peek out from Darian.
Yeah, I like that you take this position. I would love to see them do this more often whenever they're on defense because this area is hard to hold, but this is why you play something like the chamber, because you can get out without too much risk.
Bro.
Not to it for now.
Kelly's is still watching window for him as well. So Darion just needs to stay full focus, but the timing, he wants to get ahead of it, but the smoke blooms right before.
Especially the smoke really might suggest that DFM really kind of anticipating, especially with the alt audio cue.
Yeah, it's just a hard read from DFM, right? Just saying, okay, are you on B? Because we haven't seen you on B yet. And he absolutely chops on the bait. Now Crystal, all alone. Kellyus is nearby for a crossfire from heaven, but it looks like it's going to be a tough one. We are going to have that Cosmic Divide. Jinbung launches it. It's going to cut off Kellyus. If he wants to fill the site, they need to be exposed on a high-low. There's a lot of util keeping them tied up, and DFM says, all right, that's the call. We want to make the move across to the other side.
Holding on to it for now. Poppy does spot them on the crossing, so that is info enough.
But look at Jinbung. He reacts to it and says, I'll cut off the rest of the rotations.
Yudotan?
Meanwhile, Jinbung wins. Yudotan's still alive on the site. He's just trying to stay alive. Jinbung cleans up mid. But meanwhile, DFM all the way through the site. A hard read and a great reaction from Jinbung, eventually leading to 7 rounds.
Keeping themselves alive on all fronts, DFM. Despite G's best efforts to really try to play to their composition, right? Still just sussed out by the smokes. The mid-round decision from Jinbung to stay inside of mid to lurk out against 2 players, and also dealing against Yudotan. I mean, look at how they were able to get into sight, but within range with that paranoia. Gen out from the back.
Yeah, and let's give Gian a little bit of a shout out, right? I mean, it's not like he's solo carrying the game or anything like that, but 8-2, looking a lot more comfortable. The team seeming to set him up better for success. Darion almost getting spotted as he breaks that door.
You're trying to keep some of the attention towards mid. There is that push out
towards B.
Yeah, now they do have Yudotan way further out.
Oh no.
We have seen this before. DFM, do they sense it? We have an inkling. Yudotan did see a gun barrel, but he just has so many angles to cover. He needs to watch his own back as well. Oh, that's way too many targets. Unfortunate timing. And DFM, that's the call to start pushing forward with better weaponry.
Yeah, just a little bit quick and overwhelmed. The shot out towards heaven from Akami as well. Although you have the sight, it still is Kelly's just trying to do as much as he can, but only good for the one. Now the rest of him trying to come back in to refill, but of course without the guns, it still is DFM able to land the sharpest flicks. Down to just Poppy. 1-on-4, not quite likely. The shorty in his face, point blank for DFM to collect.
Yeah, when things are going well, GN, he can just play it like he does at home, right? We're already winning. I can take these aggressive positions. I can play as if I know I'm going to win every fight. 10-2. Great to see the rookie who was put under so much pressure by everybody watching because of how well Cess performed in the offseason. But right now, yeah, I get it. It's a bit of a snowball of a map, but still great to see him start to get comfortable with the rest of his teammates on stage.
Definitely feeling that, giving him that boost all throughout. Might even say quite a bit for the rest of the day as well. I mean, the series is just kind of getting started. So we're already midway through the first map, but DFM looking really fluid.
Darion with another operator, but oh no, he has no idea. DFM's so ahead of it. They know that the only thing GE has going for them are these off positions. Crystal will hold them down for now. Paranoia comes out from afar, but no entry just yet with the jet down for DFM. GN answers back.
That's a quick response from Yudotan as well. Back towards mid just to check. Found someone. Straight back towards A from DFM though. And Kelly sends off the flash just to buy a little bit of time. A little bit more from Heaven, not from Yudotan, but not quite able to find too much. Art just getting that position up against Kelly S. Gen with the 2 kills as well.
And now just holding back sight. Already in position for Art.
They know
this way they don't have to worry about the front. Gen just going to be the scout. Lots of angles to cover.
Oh, nice one,
Now Art knows of exactly the position. Poppy remembers Jin was looking up, so he doesn't have to worry about Heaven just yet. But there's still a lot of room to clear, and Art finds the timing, and it's gonna be a 9th round win.
Incredible. Just a little bit way too much for Poppy in that moment, but at the same time, just Art able to play it to perfection. DFM, you know, getting a good read for how GE can play. And that's just being able to find those counters against it. I mean, I think GE trying to play with that as well, right? If Darian does die, they can kind of find a trade off of it, but it's just still not quite enough.
Yeah, I mean, GE, you might get frags, but you're not getting space. I think that's the biggest problem right now. And at this point, they're basically just saying, Darian, we just got to hope that you get some kills. I mean, let's be very honest. Darian's not exactly getting fully set up for this either. It's just a recon every start of the round.
Recon and his aim. But unfortunately, I mean, when DFM are this prepared, this sharp with the reads, you know, you're not quite able to react in time. Now with the Outlaw being sounded off towards mid as well, you got to respect it.
Yeah, 2 Outlaws, in fact, against this half armor buy round. This is DFM showcasing that they know they can basically finish this map. Because it's not just because it's an eco, but you know that G has to try to buy up if they want any more rounds in the first half.
Buying up. There's the first shot.
Nice.
Darren able to hold one against the comment though, so not too bad.
Yeah, you will keep that space. That's the important thing. Now you have the trademark as well, so you have a little bit more room to work with. They are going hyper-aggressive with Yudotan pushed all the way out under window as well, but you'll take what you can get because you've already given up on mid.
So let them through. They don't know